Hey guys, so today I thought I would talk about my 5 top tips for if you want to get in shape. Mainly if you have, some pesky pounds or some weight that you're looking to get rid of. I know personally, I thought I would do this video because here in Canada, it was just Thanksgiving. So I ate way too much turkey, drank my weight in wine, was all over that snack table, and honestly, I felt really gross afterwards. And I kind of put myself straight back into the habit of getting on that health grind when I got home. And I realized I do that a lot when I feel like I've been kind of slacking on eating healthy or anything like that. So I thought maybe these tips might be able to help you if you're kind of along the same lines as me. You've had a few unhealthy decisions lately and you want to get back into that routine, or if you have, some pounds that you can't seem to lose. Maybe these tips could help. So let's get started. So I have no doubt that this first tip you have heard before, but believe me, it's repeated over and over and over again for a reason. And tip number 1 is water. Drink water. Now, water has a lot of benefits. The main ones that I notice is if I've had a couple of days or weeks eating unhealthy, water helps to just flush out all of that nasty stuff that I've been eating, kind of the stuff that's just, I feel like, has accumulated. It is a great way of getting rid of toxins in your body. So that's number 1 of why I like to drink water. Another reason is I notice a difference in my energy levels, in my skin, just overall how I feel when I drink a lot of water. Your pee, not to get too much into this, but your pee should be kind of a pale straw yellow color. If it's really getting into the darker yellow or even kind of like a true yellow, it means that you're dehydrated and you need more water. So the first thing I do when I want to get my life back on track is I make sure that I'm consistently drinking. I think it's around 8 to 10 glasses a day. I find the easiest way is get a water bottle, kind of a reusable one that you like that maybe is cute, and just bring it everywhere with you and make a goal to finish it maybe 2 or 3 times over throughout the day. Another way that you will find yourself being able to drink more, because let's face it, water, kind of boring, is infusing it. So here with my water bottle, my favorite thing to infuse water with is just a few slices of cucumber and a few slices of lemon. I don't know what it is about it, but it just kind of gives it a little bit of an extra taste to it that makes it easier to drink and actually makes it so I look forward to drinking water. Another benefit that water has is oftentimes we mistake thirst for hunger. So when we feel like we need to eat, in reality, we might just be thirsty, not hungry. So if you're constantly hydrated, you will be eating less and you won't be kind of eating out of boredom, I find. So step number 2 is related to step number 1. It is cutting anything out of your diet that isn't water in terms of drinking. A huge way that we accumulate calories is by empty calories through fluids that we consume. So things like juice, energy drinks, pop, all of those things are high in sugar, high in calories, and they don't do your body any benefits. So it's hard, but if you manage to cut out water and that's the only thing you drink, you will notice a huge difference in terms of how your body looks. Now, the hardest part about this, well, at least for me, is cutting out alcohol. So obviously, this isn't a long-term thing that you need to follow for the rest of your days, but it is important to really realize how much alcohol does affect your diet. Not only is it huge in calories, especially when you get into the sugary drinks, but also it slows down your metabolism, because when you are consuming alcohol, your metabolism is focused on processing that out of your system. So it kind of ignores any food that you've consumed, which then stores it to fat. So I notice a big difference when I am a little more careful about alcohol. That doesn't mean that I never drink it, because let's face it, I love wine, but it means that I'm not maybe having it during the week and only on weekends, or I'm only having it when I'm having a social occasion like a date with my boyfriend, or I'm going out with friends, not just me at home drinking wine alone, because that can happen. Is that bad? I don't know. Anyways, step number 3 is sweating. Yeah, I just said sweating. Sweating in the sense that you want to make sure, if you are trying to lose weight and get in shape, you want to make sure you're sweating at least 5 times a week for a half an hour. So oftentimes I think people get really overwhelmed by exercise because they think they need, to see any difference in their body, they need to be going to a gym, knowing all of the weights, be lifting heavy weights, be a gym rat basically. And that's not necessarily true. If you are trying to get in shape, diet is a huge portion of this. I would say about 80%. 20% is exercise. That weight is going to come off quicker if you are making the effort to kind of get up and move every day. Now, the kind of exercises I do go to the gym every once in a while, but I also love to do workout DVDs at home. I find it's a great way if you are like me and you work or you go to school during the day, you have other commitments, it's hard to find time and energy to go to the gym. So if you have a workout DVD, it's for a half an hour or 45 minutes, you know that you only have to commit to as soon as you press play until the video's over. And there's something really motivating about that. And someone's there motivating you to do it. You don't have to be thinking and putting too much effort yourself into it. So one of my favorite workout DVDs is Jillian Michaels. I think she is really good about kind of kicking your butt and making you sweat. This one is 6-week 6-pack. So it's a pretty good workout. You are doing a lot of ab workouts, you're doing a lot of cardio. She's big into HIIT, high intensity interval training. So this is kind of the biggest bang for your time in terms of if you want to kind of burn a lot of calories in a short amount of time, her workouts are great. So even going for a run, going for a walk, getting out there, moving, just half an hour a day is going to make a huge difference. Okay, so step number 4, stay away from healthy foods. And by healthy foods, I mean the foods that are marketed to us that we think are healthy but are in fact not. So those are things like granola bars, protein bars, fruit juices, smoothies, things like that, have this great appeal in our society that, oh, we're doing our body so good and look at us eating so healthy. But in reality, those have tons of hidden sugars, hidden fats, hidden calories. Fruit juice. I know I mentioned this before, but as an example, when you're looking at the calories involved in this, for one glass, it's 120 calories and 25 grams of sugar. Natural sugars are obviously a lot better than, the manufactured processed sugars that are in something like a chocolate bar, but this has just as much of an effect on your body as the processed sugars. It's gonna make you, have a burst of energy and then crash quicker. It's going to be making it easier for your body to store fat on itself. So if you can avoid things like that, that's great. I know a lot of people talk about things like granola bars and they think that's a great healthy breakfast or snack. And in reality, granola bars are just as bad as chocolate bars in a lot of sense. These ones, for instance, apple fruit crumble. So you think, oh, apples, oats, it's healthy. It's a good food if I'm watching what I'm eating. Once again, it's 100 calories for just a little bar, tiny bar, right? 7 grams of sugar, no real fiber, no real protein. The third ingredient is sugar. It's just one of those things that you're better off if you're hungry eating an apple with, you know, natural peanut butter, something like that. When I'm trying to watch what I'm eating or to get in shape, I make it a rule that if there's an ingredient in there that I can't pronounce or I don't recognize, I don't eat it. And what that does is it forces you to get away from the processed foods and get more to the natural, whole, simple foods that our bodies are meant to consume. And when you find that your diet is more focused on those kinds of foods, you're gonna see a difference in how you feel, how you look, everything like that. And I don't believe in counting calories. I've never been the type to have something like MyFitnessPal or something like that where I'm constantly calorie counting. That's no fun and it's hard to maintain. But what I do is I am very cognizant about the types of food and the quality of food that I'm putting in. If you start to kind of reprogram yourself as looking at food as an energy source and the nutrients specifically impacting your body and helping your body, you're gonna notice a difference. Step 5. So if you really wanna take it to the next level in terms of, you know, getting your body to where you want it to be, I would recommend looking into certain natural supplements that you can be taking to help move that along. Now, I am in no way an expert and this isn't something that might work for everyone. So I really recommend doing your own research, looking into maybe some symptoms that you've been noticing, where if it's, you know, lack of energy or digestion, things like that, and seeing naturally maybe certain foods or things you could be doing to help. So what I specifically like is when I'm trying to watch what I'm eating or if I have a goal that I'm, you know, trying to achieve physically, I like to drink a detox tea. Now, I'm not sponsored like, you know, all those skinny teas, all of that. To be honest, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a detox tea. I think this was around $5 at the grocery store. Now, what you want to be looking for is certain natural ingredients like dandelion root and stinging nettle leaf, things like that. You can look that up on your own and see, you know, the different benefits of each, but those help digestion. They kind of flush out your system. They act as a way of making you more regular, if you know what I mean by that. So it's gonna kind of make it so that your body isn't accumulating waste inside itself and kind of flushing it out on a more regular basis. So it tastes gross, I'm not gonna lie, but it's a good habit to get into. Another thing that I recommend is looking into maybe a probiotic. Nowadays, our gut health is kind of a lot more attention is being put on that and how it affects the rest of your overall health. And your digestive system, a lot of it involves healthy bacteria. And certain things in life we do can kill off that healthy bacteria, whether it's just the high sugary foods we're eating, or if we're on antibiotics, or things like that. And as soon as that level of healthy bacteria is compromised, it can affect our digestion, it can affect how we're feeling, it can make us sick. So I recommend looking into a probiotic that you can either take regularly or once every few months. One of my main pointers is if you are going to look into a probiotic, don't buy one that you can get off the shelf. If it's not being refrigerated, it means that there's not enough active bacteria in the probiotic that needs to be kept alive, and you're not going to see much of a difference if you're taking it. So find one either from a naturopath or in a like pretty legitimate health food store that has a fridge at the back if you are interested in taking it. And I'm not going to count this as a tip in itself, but I know some of these tips seem a little hardcore and I don't want people to feel kind of overwhelmed and like, no, I can't do this. It's just certain tips that can maybe help. You don't have to do all of them if you don't want. Maybe if there's one that you think might be an easy way to adopt into your lifestyle. But the main thing is, do not beat yourself up over this. Nobody's perfect. everyone struggles with, you know, how they perceive themselves, their weight, their body. You know, if they have a bad day eating unhealthy, I know I feel like crap. But if you start to really take it too seriously and beat yourself up over it, it just makes life no fun. So everything in moderation. Something I like to do is, you know, portion control. So if I do want, you know, a candies or ice cream or something like that, I have little dishes like this where, you know, that is my treat. And that kind of, it satisfies your craving, but it still lets you be healthy because you're not picking out on something and kind of just overwhelming on calories and, you know, stuff like that. Because if you are working out and you are eating healthy foods, overeating something like that can just, you know, completely wipe out all of that good work.